Okay,
Player,
hold on.
brother.
Let's make sure everybody's mics are on and working. Yes.
Hello.
We had a bit of a mishap last week.
Just with you.
Greetings and
Artemis,
salivations.
did you do that?
No.
Of course
Who-
they did.
Well, thank
Of
you.
course they
Did who,
did.
Thank
No.
who
you.
do what?
Someone spammed subs.
No.
I did not spam. It was only 5 of them. Call me your tit.
Calm your tits?
My tits.
Just the left one.
My tits
Leave
are
the right one
excited.
angry.
Okay. I'll try. I'll try to do
I
that.
need right tit anger in my life, okay?
Yes.
I'm
There's
so
no hit anger.
confused.
You strike me as a left boob. I'm just saying.
So now, if I said that at work, HR,
Whack.
like the HR police would descend.
I mean,
Rebelling
I
from the
guess I just have
ceiling.
to figure out which one's heavier.
Oh, jeez. Well, moving right along.
You keep checking. We won't watch.
The left one.
Thank you for the subscriptions. And
Holy.
as always, we would like to thank our sponsor, none other than Canadian Dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go over to canadiandice.ca and check them out. Maybe buy some Christmas presents. Use our code OMRD. That's Old Men Rolling Dice, OMRD, and you'll get 10% off your order. It's pretty cool. Also, just on a side note, how cool a guy Ryan is. Ryan was like out at a used bookstore and found tons of D&D books and immediately sent me texts and pictures, and we worked out a deal, and he picked some up for me.
Yeah.
Because you know what I need
That's
more
awesome.
of on my bookshelves?
Books.
Yeah.
More books. That's what bookshelves are for.
I actually don't need more books. I need more bookshelves. That's what I need.
That can be arranged, sir.
Mm.
It's to the point. Yeah. So there's
I
that.
see a lot of bare wall behind you there. You could put one right there.
Right here? Yeah.
Yeah. You could mount that right on there.
Don't get him excited.
So listen, the one shots of Halloween are over, and the one shots of Christmas and holiday winter theme. Right,
Winter.
ladies? Right, ladies? Winter.
Yes, we are inclusive and celebrate all winter solstice events.
So that all takes place through the month of December. And again, fundraising for Extra Life, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I'm running a one
I
shot.
just dropped the lineup.
And we're going to be having a special Prep or Die event here if I can get my ducks in a row. Yep. I'm not sure the date. Do we remember the date? December something.
Oh, I've got it here. One moment, please. We have it on the 7th at 8:30.
On the 7th. So what we're going to do is it's going to be similar to our regular Prep or Die, but we're going to have it here on this channel instead of Goodman Games. And we're doing that simply so that we do not have our PG rating that we normally hold over on Goodman Games. So it could get...
Fuck yeah!
There could be F-bombs. It could get spicy. It could just be general mayhem, but we are not restricted that night. So
it's going to be like 98% dick and fart jokes.
yes, and there will not be only 3 guests. We are going to be doing a Hollywood Squares format where we will have nine people, and my regular co-host will be playing as the center square. Yes, she will.
That's me.
It is you. Yeah, and I've got some shenanigans planned, but yeah, I'm hoping to get that all done for December the 7th. And I think that about wraps it up. We're short a cleric tonight, so we'll be group group clericing tonight.
Better than grope clericing.
Grennick will be under control of all of us. All of us.
Because that's not a bad idea or anything.
Yeah, no, not at all. So to quickly recap last time, the characters managed to find their way out of the cloud and mist-shrouded valley, which was happening from thermal waves sort of mixing with the cold mountain air. They found an underground route, which took them past an old mountain dwarf settlement. A mountain dwarf settlement that was like bloody hot because of all the steam and volcanic activity going on under the ground. So it would not be a suitable home for anyone. However, they did find a tunnel that led out to the other side of the mountain range. And once there, they found another of course, another valley that they took partial refuge in. And during this partial refuge, they sent out their rangers, both Rook and Kira, who located a valley that would be suitable for the group to sort of bunk down in. But there is a pretty deep... There wasn't a safe entrance. And then when they found the safe entrance, they noticed that the sides of that that canyon that led down into the valley was covered with very large banks of snow up high, and there is a risk of avalanche moving the refugees through there. Now that's sort of the quick overview. There's a couple really key things though that occurred while they were moving the refugees along there. The first is that there were gully dwarves down in that steam town, and the gully dwarves took them to this magical stone they had. And the magical stone spoke to the party and told them about the time before the cataclysm.
Get high, man.
And just following. Zaxaroth. People from Zaxaroth, which was the city that you guys originally explored and found the discs of Mishakal. People from there retreated down south here during the cataclysm and were basically turned away at the gates of Thorbarden, the mountain dwarf city. And then along came Fist and Dantalus, an ancient magic user of the Age of Might that preceded the cataclysm. And Fist and Dantalus built a citadel here, and this led to what they referred to as the Dwarfgate Wars. Fist and Dantalus, in a massive show of power, basically blew up a portion of the mountains and his fortress, which was decimated into something they now call Skullcap. And Skullcap is what's left of Fist and Dantalus' fortress, and it resembles a skull, hence the name. You also learned that beneath Skullcap are the remains of Fist and Dantalus, but also the path to the gates of Thorbarden. That's big lore. That was lore dump number 1. And then the second part of this is that while the two rangers were out scouting for ways to get through the mountains, they ran into an old man, an old kindly man, who introduced himself as, well, he couldn't remember his name at first, but then he remembered Fizbin, that they call him Fizbin. Again, a strange, ragged old man is just ahead of you. He wears a long beard and a floppy hat. He seems to be deeply involved in conversation with a large tree, and the tree does not seem to be responding. As you watch, the old man gets very frustrated that the tree is not answering him. And with your sort of introduction to him and introduction of yourselves, that's where we wrap the last session. So if we look on the map, the purple eye is sort of where Rook and Kira and Fizbin are, and the caravan is moving down from this direction to that eye. Oh,
didn't that dwarf girl come tell us to move? Tell the party to move?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
And in addition to that, Benedict led the entire refugee encampment in sort of a telling of the Canticle of the Dragon, which is the story of Huma, which was a bit of a touching moment. I enjoyed that immensely. I just thought I would add that in there. So when we begin tonight,
he touched us all.
Essentially, the caravan of refugees is just reaching Fizbin and our two rangers. They're not in earshot yet. You can sort of see one another through the trees, and they're approaching. Is there anything anyone wants to do prior to us jamming everybody back together again?
like to know if I've recovered my con after the mushroom debacle.
Yes. Yes. So
Thank you.
it's been a full 24 hours.
Thank you.
Your constitution, I think your constitution wasn't drained. Was the constitution drained? The constitution wasn't drained from the mushroom. Oh yeah, we forgot that too. The mushroom, the mushroom
I
splatters. But
Con was
failed
drained from the
every
heat, but didn't
saving
recover if you
the
were sick.
constitution was the constitution was drained from the heat, but didn't recover if you're sick. You're absolutely right. Thank you. But that is all back now. So everyone's constitution should be back up to full, etc.
Thank you.
We just need to get Copper's level back.
Yes, copper
Yeah.
is down a level.
Is this the same day that I collapsed the tunnel?
No, new day.
Okay.
So you can have a new set of memorization. Do as you choose with your spell memorizations.
The only thing Rook would want to do, and probably ask her to do the same thing, we should probably just split up in this general area and go see if we can bag a couple of deer or something like that, or get some rabbits for when the convoy arrives.
Yeah, I can tell you that you have no success in that. This area of the mountain,
Fair enough.
Small game, but you don't find any.
Fair enough.
So as the sorry, go ahead. Was I cutting
Sorry.
someone off?
Because I didn't play last week, I watched the recap, but I don't always remember it.
That's okay.
Is this the same day that? Sorry. Did Sparks tell us of Kira's plan to avalanche the
No.
mountain?
No,
No,
'cause-
that hasn't
'cause
happened
it'd
yet.
be less
Spark-
before we talk
Spark
about
is
it,
not
so-
even
Okay.
aware of that. So that is down here. Can you see where the blue arrow I'm drawing is?
Yep. Yep.
So this is the canyon that leads down into this valley with another lake, and that's the one with the high snow and ice on the sides. But the only people that know about that are the two rangers, and Spark was just sent back to have them move up to the valley where you're currently moving into and meeting them.
Right. Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, I just didn't want to like metagame my
Yeah.
spell picks.
Nope, that's fine. So
Just take lightning and flamethrower.
Well, I have to take lightning. It's the only third level spell I have.
So when you all reach there, everyone sort of moves up. The council, of course, consisting of Elliston, Lokar, Briar, and Brookland, and your own Grinnick, they move up as well, and say, "What's the plan? Have you found a way?"
Kira would explain about the valley,
Okay.
and also we found him, and then introduce everybody to Fizbin.
He startles a bit at that and then smiles. Fizbin the Fabulous, I think.
How have you survived out here, old man? You are looking very scrawny.
Oh, he balks at that and he pulls his robes around him a bit. He goes, "These keep the chill off quite nicely, actually." And then he also adjusts his hat.
I cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. I should note that he is
While you're
wearing
standing there with us,
he is wearing light robes, but he's not technically wearing the white robes of the towers.
You know, maybe they're just dirty. He didn't bleach them.
That's
I don't
right.
know.
That's entirely possible.
Yeah. So invisible.
He says, more, he looks at Steve, "More to my worry would be all these dragons flying about."
Yeah, they're a big problem too, right up until you smash them in the ground. They don't like that.
No, certainly not. I wouldn't like
You
it
know where
either.
they came from?
Know where they came from? I suppose the north.
Yeah,
maybe
everything bad
maybe this
comes
man
from
would
the
know
north.
about that, and he points at he points at Benedict.
No, he does not.
And as he watches more and more people filter in the valley, he's like, "Why? There certainly is a lot of you."
Yes.
Yeah, there's more than two.
Mind the line.
Indeed, indeed. And what's the plan? Where are we headed?
Through this valley up here,
Southeast.
if we can get everybody there.
Southeast, dear knight. Nothing southeast but swamps and skullcap.
Oh. Wait, I don't know we're going southeast yet. Never mind. We're told to come here, meet the Rangers.
I think you do. I think the Gully Doors told you that skullcap was sort of southeast.
Yeah, but that's where we're going, not where we're taking all the people.
Oh,
I don't know
sorry,
where we're
sorry.
taking the people yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we would
Brooke's
I
gonna
wouldn't
let
be sharing with
Kira.
him.
Kira found the path. It's only fair that Kira tells him where we're going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She rangered up.
Kira sort of like explains the plan to like get everybody into that next valley there, and then explains about the problem with the possible avalanche. Looks around for Worm.
There's just like
Anim-
footprints in the snow.
Yeah, and then the little anime outline from where you were standing. Do I see
Don't
the footprints
worry.
in the snow?
Is it
He's around
snowing
here
right
somewhere.
Sorry, is it snowing right
now? Is it
now?
snowing? Yeah.
Very lightly. But
Oh,
yes.
I know where you're going with
Then
that.
I'm looking for
Yeah.
a dusting on the shoulders and the top of Worm's head to find out where Worm is.
I'm standing under a tree.
Well, then Fizbin might accidentally argue with you.
Well, he's going to be very surprised when the tree argues back.
I don't know. I think
That
he's
would be
expecting the tree to argue
amazing.
back.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Kira explained, looks around for Worm, doesn't see Worm, goes,
Well, don't worry.
damn it.
She's here
And
somewhere.
then- yeah, she'll turn up. And then it explains about like the possibility of the avalanche and looks to Fizbin, since I can't fucking see Worm right now, and says, is there anything that you could do to help us either clear the avalanches out or solidify them up so they don't fall down? Anything like that. We need to get these people through here safely, and then hopefully
Well, of
knock
course.
it down afterwards behind us.
I'm fabulous.
He's an old man. What did you think he can do?
Take me to your snowdrift.
Okay.
This should be good.
Brooke says, "Hey, let's put him on the lead wagon then. Let's put him on the lead wagon. Might not be a bad idea."
So you get around to here, and you're sort of looking down the narrow canyon. And I'll just very quickly to recap: the canyon narrows here with huge snow drifts piled on either side. The drifts creak and groan under their own weight, threatening to collapse at the slightest vibration or sound.
It's safe to assume I would have a battle horn or something.
Sure.
Very Steve of you.
Very
I will.
I
Go
know
up
that 'cause
front.
I was thinking the same thing.
And I
So
will sound a blast.
Let the intelligent person make a decision.
okay, Benedict, you let a blast
Who
of
are
the
you
horn.
calling intelligent?
You let a blast of the
Me.
horn go down
Fuck.
the
On
canyon.
who?
And as the blast of the horn goes down the canyon, you guys see snow drifts shake, ice falls. You know those long rivulets of snow, like you know those long like lines of snow in the snow where you can see stress fractures and everything. All of that happens down the way.
And
Ellis-
then it collapses, and we can't go through. The dragons come, and we all die.
Ellison comes forward and says,
Shut up, tree.
probably safe to... I understand that it may... Are you going to collapse it? I mean, I'm not sure we can move the wagons through if it's collapsed.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought. Let's wait till we get through it and then collapse it if the army and leave someone behind in case the army catches up to us.
I see
Well,
500
I'm
people
trying
who
to
can
make
dig.
sure it doesn't come down on 1,000 people as we're going through the canyon. Either it's going to come down now, we're going to shovel our way through, or it's going to come down after. But if we don't test it for strength, we could be caught halfway through and walked off the side of the cliff.
Remember the rocks and the logs at the beginning of our adventure?
I remember nothing.
Because we were on top. I'd rather not be underneath when everything comes down.
That's why I blasted it now instead of not doing it and having it come down on our heads.
All right.
Well, how long is a round again?
They don't have so just to be clear, there is another entrance into the valley, but the wagons
but
are
it
not going.
sucks.
The wagons are not going to make it, and you will probably suffer some casualties from falls and things. It is a serious climb down into the valley.
No, Kira does not want to go that way. That was the whole point of having everybody come over this way.
Mm-hmm.
But how long is a round?
Around
6 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds.
6 seconds? Okay. That's not long enough.
Now,
No,
very
it's
important in first edition D&D, a round and a turn are two different things. A turn is 10 rounds.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, I was getting them.
Yeah. So a turn, a turn is 10 minutes. So a turn is like 60 rounds. And I may be doing my math wrong, but a turn I know a turn is 10 minutes.
Okay. I was getting them flipped.
Yeah, that's all right.
Steve is bored and starts throwing snowballs at the snowdrifts until someone has a better plan.
Steve, please,
What?
for the love of all that's holy.
I like this plan. We should just knock it down. And we have 500 people to shovel. We'll be through in like 6 minutes.
Or somebody could melt the snow
Um,
on the path in front of us
so
if somebody has the ability.
Spark has come up to check what's going on, and I just
Most
want
exactly
to be
anti-power
proud.
ones.
I'm proud to say that Spark now has
Yeah.
Spark now has an
She's
actual token and
adorable.
everything.
That means she's going to die now.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And
What's her? We know her last name and what she looks like. Yep, she's doomed.
Yeah, she's dead. She's now wearing a red shirt.
Okay.
With my intelligence of 17,
Yes.
would I feel the tensile strength of the web spell would be enough to hold back the avalanche?
That's a good question. Glad I'm
So-
not DMing that.
Web would certainly. Oh, thanks, Chris. Web would certainly hold back parts of the avalanche if you could anchor it on like the actual rocks and that, which are protruding in places. The real problem is though that like you're doing hundreds and hundreds of yards here of walking beneath these drifts, and you're not like your web is not big enough for that. How many times could you cast it?
Just once.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could
Yeah.
certainly do that to help shore up one of the sides, just in case.
Yeah, that'd be redundant though, since the rest of it wouldn't be.
So here's my say. I'm just going to say it. You guys can do whatever you want. My thought is we just move everybody down as quietly as possible and just leave the avalanche alone. Just tell everyone to be quiet. We put rags on the horses' hooves. Just take us. We have one person like this. Go a few people at a time. Make sure we're all spread out nice and long. And it might take us a couple of hours to cross, but just slowly cross out a few people at a time, spread out by a few hundred, 100 meters between each wagon, and slowly move everybody through. It'll take several hours to do it, but that way we don't trigger the avalanche.
We
Once
can count on
everyone's
the
through.
people to be quiet. We cannot count on the wagons being quiet, the animals pulling them being quiet, babies being quiet, the elderly being quiet. The
Fizbin's like,
I don't-
where's this voice
Wait,
that I
wait.
keep hearing? Where's this voice I keep hearing?
We can't even
I
count on
agree.
Spark being
Small
quiet.
pile of snow that started gathering on top of Wern's head.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, Rook, how did it go when you asked Spark to be quiet?
Okay, point well taken.
Spark Spark scowls at Benedict and says to Rook, "I can be quiet if we need to be quiet."
Yeah, that's not what I hear.
And this coming from a guy that just blew his horn down there. Did you see that, Rook? Did you hear it? He blew his
Yes.
horn.
I
Yes,
blow it
I did.
again. I blow the horn again.
Are you gonna
I
blow it
will
again?
punch you in the dick,
Yeah.
dude.
What is with you hitting body parts? Holy jeez!
Okay, Benedict, you blast the
Where's
horn
all the
down.
anger?
You blast the horn again, and
And Kira punches him in the dick.
a lot of those, both sides are incredibly fractured now. There's all sorts of massive crevices, and lots of snow has already sort of slipped and piled. And you guys now think the littlest bit will release the rest of the.
One more should do it.
Blow it a third time. Let's bring this
There we
avalanche down so we can clear the way.
We're going to deal with it this way, whether you like it or not.
So with the third blast,
Beefy Brothers!
the sides of the ice and snow just crack, and massive amounts of snow pour down into the canyon ahead.
I sit down, open my pack, pull out a sandwich because my job is done.
And it like washes down into the canyon and then down the canyon
Where's-
towards the valley below. You see it crack and knock down trees. Like it's a very big. And when it's all said and done, there's a massive pile of snow just sort of, in waves. You can see like just how as it pushed down, and it's all the way down the canyon.
That could have been catastrophic if we were under it.
I have an idea.
It looks very soft and very deep.
I have an
How do we
idea.
get through it now?
What's your
Sparkling.
idea?
Spark hands you
Stick
your
on a wagon.
skis. Spark hands you your skis, Rook.
So we take the wheels off the wagons, and we toboggan down this.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
That's not really how wagons work, but thank you for that.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Well, now we can clear the snow.
How many
Well,
shields do we have?
What?
You
We
have fun
have-
with that.
With
Whether
what?
we do it by magical means or physical, we have
so-
1,000 people with us.
Benedict Fizbin looks at you and looks at the snow, looks at you. He kind of smirks. That's quite a mess you've made there.
It's what I'm known for around here, Grandpa. I make messes and I clean them up.
The Knights of
I start
Salamnia.
reciting the stories of how
The Knights of Salamnia were known to protect people, not cause them hardship. You know that.
I protected them from it coming down on their heads.
It was preemptive protection.
Yes.
Yeah. Preemptive
Preventative
protection.
maintenance.
Well,
Oh, that tree's talking again.
I melted some ice. Lightning bolt right down the middle.
So we will no longer be invisible once we let the lightning bolt go.
That's fine.
Okay.
Just fix the mess my knight made.
How many lightning bolts do
Love
you
you,
have?
worm.
2.
Yeah,
It's my girl.
2?
Yeah,
Okay.
Like a gully dwarf 2 or actually 2?
actually 2.
So how far can you go with one shot?
100 feet. 5 feet wide.
So we got
Or I can do half that 10 feet wide, correct?
Best guess, how much does she have to clear?
We're talking a good 500-600 yards.
How many
Yeah.
burning hands do you have?
Okay, well, no, I'm not doing that then because that's a waste. That's stupid.
The refugees can probably make it down the snow. The wagons will not, though.
Yeah, but the wagons
That's-
have all of the supplies and the elderly and the children on them, yes?
yes.
Yeah, so okay, the taking of the wheels off the wagon, like there would be some things that elderly and children could be sat on and used like a sled. But you're right, they're not going to be able to carry all of the food and supplies, all of the people.
And sorry, the other path down was too treacherous for the wagons as well.
Wagons
Yes.
wouldn't, yeah.
Would not have made it.
It would be treacherous for the people, too.
Treacherous for the
Yeah.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
How long would it take to
Elliston,
clear the snow with 1,000 people?
Well, it's not a matter of clearing it, right? Because you're standing on top of where the avalanche is. The problem is now if they walk on it, like they're up to their yin yang in snow constantly. That's not an easy walk. And the wagons they were pulling by hand are just not going to make it. But that's okay though. I mean, the majority feel like this is a better solution than having that come down on their heads. And there is supposedly a lake, so they're hoping for fresh water when they get to the bottom of this canyon.
There's lots of snow they can melt.
So Elliston sort of goes about arranging and once sort of they basically start moving down in groups of 100 or so, and the wagons are being abandoned.
You know what we should
How much does a wagon weigh?
Can we not lower them by rope?
No, it's like a long canyon, and it sloped down, and you just filled it with snow, and the snow then ran down the canyon.
Okay, here's what we can do.
So if you move the wagons in, they're going to quickly sink.
I have a really important question.
Yes.
Does a dick tip flick count as an attack?
So what?
Have I told you how much I like you?
Are you lightning bolting is my question, I guess, still.
No.
No. All right, I've got an idea. Here's what we're going to do. Get all the plainsmen together that aren't on wagons, they're just on horseback and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What we can do is walk back to where the forest is. We can all make snowshoes. Just some quick... No, I'm being serious.
Just make snowshoes.
It doesn't take to make improvised snowshoes takes 20 minutes. It's not a big deal. All they got to do is cut some sticks, bend them. No, let me finish.
But we have to teach these people how to do that.
The only thing that's being left behind is the wagons and anything we cannot carry.
Well, what I'm saying is this: if we get 100 guys ahead with these type of shoes, we can pack the snow down and make a trail. So at least we can pull the wagons and that stuff across.
I blow the horn again.
All right.
Can you not?
Okay.
And those that have got skis, that's great. But anything we can do to start breaking the trail, because once snow packs down a bit after enough people walked over it,
make a snow road.
Exactly. That's why I want to get these guys in snowshoes
no
or on
road
skis.
truckers.
Those that have already got skis, that's even better. And we just start making.
But I thought that the point of having this avalanche come down at all was that it was blocking the path behind us as an extra defense. Like, wasn't that the whole fucking point of this?
That's what I thought it was. But
Kira, you are really upset, aren't you?
Yes, I'm a little pissed.
Sorry, sis.
Because you guys are not listening. What is going on with you two?
It's cold.
Okay.
As Kira starts to snap, Fizbin moves away in fear.
Probably safer.
I said don't blow the
I
horn.
don't know
I said
how
don't bring it
contrite
down.
Steve can look.
So the group begins. They begin to disassemble what they can and take what they can, and people begin to make their way down. There is some mention that people could always return back up. It won't be easy, but those that have the strength can return back to get more supplies than that off the wagon should they need wagons.
I'll go and help my girlfriend get the supplies as much as we can, because apparently that's all I can do right now. So
Kira marches. Kira marches off.
Also didn't get a response about my dick tip.
Who are you doing that to?
Who do you think?
I think it would be considered an attack because he does have armor on.
Fine, I won't dick tip.
Probably just hurt your finger.
Look.
And miss the wiener because it's really small.
Yeah, Steve. Why would I get a dick flick?
Do you think we could take one of the cots apart and use the boards to put skis on the other cot?
Or could we use the body of the wagon to pack the snow down to make a snow road?
That we might be able to do. Was how do we get the horses through? We'd have
fuck
to
the horses.
There are no horses.
I'm not going to fuck horses.
No horses.
This is not that kind of show.
I will pull it.
It would take a lot of us to pull it, Remember, these wagons weigh a lot, right? It would take a lot of us to pull it.
Can we
But that
I'm
could
good.
work.
slats together and make it heavier at the front so it slides? Get the people out of the way first. But
Nah, they can stay in front.
could be
I get what you're
50
saying.
points.
That actually might work. Get a whole bunch of us in front with snowshoes pulling on ropes. So we could actually use it as a snowplow.
That's
Yeah,
not what I was
plow
thinking,
a
but that'll work.
patch road.
Yeah, that would actually that might work. I say we try that.
I was
at least.
going to toboggan one of them down the hill.
That won't work.
Well, once we have the road established, then we can toboggan the rest. Or
No,
you can toboggan
down where
that.
the avalanche went. Right down off the side here.
No.
Nobody wants me to have any fun. He's going
Hey,
to go
if you want to get on your shield and go toboggan down the avalanche, fill your boots, Steve. I'm not stopping you.
once you've packed it, you're not going to be able to walk back up to the top, so it will be packed and slippery downhill.
Right.
Sorry,
Right.
that's no fun, but
No, that
Clearly,
sucks.
somebody has never gone tobogganing.
somebody has on
You
her
make
face
it work.
when she was supposed to be going up.
Yeah, the first few times are pretty easy, but after it gets pretty slick, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You got to keep finding
So
new
are we
paths up and
packing
digging those
snow
in.
and trying to make an ice road essentially to slide the
Yes.
wagons down?
Yes.
Or at least not slide them, at least get them down, like to
Okay.
wheel them down,
And there's
like ice road
there's-
truckers.
Just so we're aware, there's like 250 of these things.
So we're gonna
Okay.
take one and take the wheels off.
Whose
of, like,
idea?
Steve
Whose
said.
idea was this?
It's actually Steve's.
Steve started it, and it ballooned from there.
Steve,
Yeah.
I'll
Okay, to be fair, Steve wants to put skis on one and ride it down the avalanche. But they want to kind of cross on the road with it and to crush things down so we can pull other ones.
So what are we doing?
Yes.
We're going to do what they say to do because apparently Steve is an idiot. Apparently.
Your words, not mine.
Just apparently. Steve
Okay.
doesn't see it, but that's fine.
So here's what I would like you to do, Steve. You're going to roll for the party. So you're going to roll a d6 for me, and we're going to times it by 10. And that's how many wagons crashed to horrible tobogganing deaths.
Yeah, there
So-
it is.
So a d6 times 10, and that's how many wagons we're losing from the caravan.
Can I just not? Because this is going to go badly.
But we're emptying the wagons first.
Yeah, oh yeah. But
Yeah.
30 wagons are lost in your ice road trucker event. I would like you to now roll 4d12, and that's how many refugees die of exhaustion from work.
Well, why am I getting this? Make somebody else kill people.
13.
Should be Benedict.
So
Yeah, horn
you know,
blower.
at some point, people start to notice like plainsmen and townsfolk lying in the snow, not moving. And when they approach them, they realize that they have, exhaustion has finally caught up with them, and we lose about 30 wagons in this rodeo, and 13 people give up the go, and then we're across the avalanche.
Yes, and we have like basically squished a path.
Yes.
So it's much easier for those old folks and kidlets to like make it at the end there.
Yeah, the
And army.
only people it wasn't easy for was those 13 that you just rolled for.
And the flying army. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You know,
But that wasn't my fault.
who knows how many casualties we'd have had, and it would have been old people and sick people and children if we'd gone the other way.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about stopping the army. I was thinking about saving the refugees.
Yeah,
Sorry if I
right.
overstepped.
sure.
You want the army to get through so we have something to do after dinner.
So, when you make it to the bottom, you find a valley approximately 5 miles wide. There is a noticeable change in morale after the incident in the canyon.
I
The
wonder
Benedict
why.
initiative.
Important to note that this is our last day of food. The refugees run out of food today. However, a valley 5 miles wide, carpeted in great evergreen trees, lies before you, And in the middle of the valley is a wide clearing containing a frozen freshwater lake. Tracks of game animal are everywhere as you move down into the valley. Loose and broken timber is scattered about, and the howling winds are just a gentle breeze here.
I
Well,
recommend that we get everyone set up camp, send out those that can to go hunting to start getting any game we can get. Everything from
Where would you
squirrels
like
to deer.
where would you like the encampment to be set up? I'll move. I think you might be able to move the eye, but if not, I can certainly move the eye. You just have to ping the map where you would like it.
Wouldn't that be the council's decision? Because
Yeah, well, I'm making a recommendation. Whoever is our guy on the thing, I think we should probably get ourselves over here.
Listen, they have been relying on Rook and Kira to sort of trailblaze here, so if Rook or Kira want to suggest to play, you're going to stay over here?
Yeah, someplace where there's heavy tree cover where we can hide and use the wood
they
for
want to be
fuel.
close. They want to be close to the lake to be able to draw fresh water.
and by the lake. So whatever that thing is, where the trees are up by the lake, where we can just kind of get in there. That's kind of my idea.
I want them out of the snow too, if we can get them out of the snow.
I know it's further, but would over here be strategically better with the exit down here?
There's not as much
Or
cover unless you cross
today, perhaps.
You want
Well,
to
looks like the trees
get
are
to
thick
like
there.
here?
Yeah, I guess
Eventually,
we could do that.
like,
Still the same
that's
amount
my
of like
thought.
cover.
Yep.
Yep.
I think the
Actually,
southeastern end of the lake.
I will say that the northern side of the lake has heavier woods, but not to say the southern end of the lake is poorly wooded.
you're saying there's
I just
equal
want them
wood
somewhere
everywhere?
where they're going to be warmer. You know.
This valley that you found seems particularly well covered by the winds. Like the winds seem to be blowing above it, not into it.
Okay.
It's fairly
that's
sheltered.
nice.
Seems. It almost seems like, you know, literally the day you ran out of food, you found this.
Could be the gods on our side.
Well, I'm going to recommend the plainsmen and all the hunters in the group start going out and hunting, while the people that can't hunt set up camp. Then I'm going to volunteer myself to go back the way we came to see how far that army is, whether it's caught up with us. So we got someone to give us a warning.
Hey, eating brother.
Left that tunnel, so we've got at least a day.
Yeah, but I'm worried about those dragons and what else they could have got. So I think I'm going to double back. I can't cover our tracks. They're going to know exactly which way we came, but at least someone can give us a warning. And I might ask what's your face, Spark, to come with me. I might bring a set of skis with me just in case, so I can get back fast. I kind of think that's my deal.
Rook's
Well, you guys
got a
take everything up.
girlfriend.
No, Rook's going to try to give us some early warning. We're being tracked. So I'll put up with the yakety yak to
Okay.
send a scout.
All right.
Well, we did
Oh,
collapse the
Rook, you
tunnel
do
that they were going to
care.
follow us through.
I'm worried that there's other groups that aren't just from there, so I want to make sure that we're covered.
Yeah, no,
Cover
that's
our
fair.
rear.
Oh,
Don't make it dirty.
can't help it. Sorry.
Okay, so hold on a second. Let's just recap here for a moment. So you move down the southern side, the western side of the lake, and then cross where the river is frozen and over into this wooded area at the south end of the valley. Rook and Spark are then headed to where? Can you ping the map so I know where you're going?
Back where we came from, up here.
You're gonna go back up the ice, the collapsed. Okay.
So we can see on the other side and see when the armies start showing up, or if we're even being followed or not.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little circle up here. This is where you're going up here.
Is that where we came from? Then yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Where we came from is we're like back at the top,
Yep.
so we can see down the valley, see who's following us. Because I know we've left 1,000 people moving in the snow. That's a highway that someone can see from the air, since they're riding on dragons.
Yep.
And any scouting parties they're sending out would have picked up that track.
Yeah. As you're moving along, maybe Spark is asking, like, why are we going? What are we looking for? And you start going over the deal with them. She goes, you don't think they would have heard the knight's horn, do you?
Probably. If they did, I don't know.
She's as you climb the avalanche, you can see that she's just like eyeing it like a true skier seeing fresh powder. Like this whole thing, she'll be enjoying the ride back for sure.
No, I'm sure she will.
This is quite a trek though. So like the two of you are moving at night probably, because it would have taken you the entire day and maybe even a little bit into the night to reach this camp. So I don't know if you like you tell me.
They both have infravision.
Fair enough, but they're also probably tired from the.
Oh yeah, we'd be exhausted. We'd be close. Like we're gonna have to start taking shifts, sleeping and stuff like that.
This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you know what, Rook, you're not even gonna. You're not. You won't even make that far tonight. Like you might make the far end of the lake here.
Wherever we make it, you just as long as we're going to.
And then you're
anything
setting
as
up
far as
camp?
we can get. Yeah, probably grab something
Okay.
to eat. Maybe shoot a rabbit or something like that. on the way.
What's happening back in Kira? What are you doing back in the camp?
I'm going hunting
Okay.
because fuck that noise right now.
I am going to provide whatever muscle I have to help them set up what they got to
So
set up.
Kira goes hunting. How about Grenlead? Grenlead and Grenick and company. What are you got? What are our dwarves doing?
I want to talk to my food brother.
I think we would either help with hunting or just take care of exhausted people and help feed them.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say you're doing that. Then you're helping with establishing the camp, moving around, handing out food. Steve, are you doing your food brother is helping around camp? Are you doing the same or?
I just want to ask him, does he think this is the work of the gods? We found this place just in time.
I would think Grenick is with you on that.
Good, because, Steve's trying to find himself spiritually. The night seems like a lot of fun, but
Benedict, what are you up to?
Trying to organize a watch system and set up perimeter fortifications, defenses, whatever I can to protect the people.
yeah.
Sounds good.
And I am just muscle other than that. Whoever needs me.
Okay. Kira.
Hunting.
You head off to the east. You're finding lots of small game trails, and I'm even going to say that you've already got maybe 3 or 4 rabbits sort of tied off on your pack.
Okay.
And you then see your friend on the hill, the big stag.
Great. Goes and follows.
He doesn't move.
Oh.
Okay. She approaches cautiously because
Yep.
he's never let her come close to him before. Still.
Yeah. You walk up the hill, and he stands there in front of you, looking at you.
You're kind of like bows her head at him.
Yeah, he paws the ground.
She reaches up and like offers a hand.
He sort of sniffs the air and pushes away from that, and paws the ground again, and looks down at you with sort of knowing eyes.
Okay. Is there something that you need to show me?
He nudges you with his head.
Okay. Kira's not really sure what to do. She kind of just
And he's massive. Like, he's not just a regular sized stag, right? He's enormous.
He could feed everybody.
I'm not shooting my spirit guide.
I'm aware, but it had to be said.
She just kind of looks in his eyes and she's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
He leans down and then like drops onto his haunches in front of you.
Like he's waiting for me to get on?
No, you don't think so.
Okay.
Boom, chicka chicka bow wow wow.
I'm so confused.
He's dinner.
Oh, don't
I'm
you
not
start.
shooting him.
Maybe
Don't
he wants to
you
follow
start.
you this time.
I don't know about AD&D. Is there an insight roll she can make?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm
Because
sorry. I'm kind
poor-
of dumb. I don't know
You
what I'm
could,
supposed
you
to do.
could, you know what? Give me a d20 roll and see if we get under your wisdom.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, you think he's giving himself to you for...
Told you.
God.
Do it. Don't do it.
Venison.
Don't listen to her.
Venison.
Don't listen to her.
Venison.
Don't listen. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Just ride him back to camp and see what happens.
Target.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Get on its back.
Kira's sort of like, okay, I'm sorry, remind me, he's been sort of guiding me for how long now? Like,
Years.
Has it been the 5 years that we were gone?
Yeah, I think in your background we talked about how there's you see the white stag regularly. There's a hawk that you see regularly. Yeah.
Fucking shoot him. Kira like really wrestles with this because she doesn't know what to do. He's been guiding her for so
Yeah.
long.
He's gonna lie down flat on the ground.
How hungry are you? Do a hunger check.
Of all the time, she really should have taken Steve.
Oh no.
He would have been dead already.
Yeah.
Kira just
Come on, just kill
said,
him.
Are you sure?
Just go over and try to ride him. That's my advice.
He's lying on his side now. He lets out a very big sigh.
Okay. Kira steps back. Takes out her I guess her longsword because it would be faster.
Yep.
How far away are you from the camp?
A fair
Drag
distance.
this massive stag back.
If I have to, I'll go get Steve, but she makes it as fast as she can.
Okay.
No. As painless as she can. And
Ab-
cries about it the entire time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why?
And as Kira does that,
He just wanted belly rubs.
as Kira does that, this is just another bit of, frustration after the day she had with Benedict and now this. But as you and maybe for just a moment, she looks skyward, and the stars just seem a little brighter this evening.
Through her tears. Oh,
You remember how we were all calling you names last time? Fill in the blanks, dude. This is nasty. This is mean.
And laughing about it doesn't make it look
I'm
better.
I'm sorry. I'll pull it together here.
so this thing that's been guiding her for 5 years straight, I said, you know what? No, I want you to eat me. That was the logic you came up with. Oh.
What happens when she does this?
I mean, the stag dies on the hill.
Okay.
The stars look a little brighter. And Kira feels strong.
Right. So she takes out rope or whatever, binds it up, and starts dragging it back if that's what she has to fucking do.
Yeah.
She is not happy about it, but that's
If
what
she
she does.
can.
The weight of the stag seems irrelevant to Kira as she brings it back. When you arrive back at camp, the butchers, of course, take care of things, but the pots seem endless from the stag's meat, the venison. The littlest bit put in a pot seems to multiply. Again,
Just like the fishes and the loaves in that other story?
Maybe. Again and again and again. And it's not long before, everyone in the camp seems to be eating.
Does Steve notice his sister's distress?
I will leave that up to Kira.
Oh yeah, she's not trying to hide it. She is not okay. And
Okay,
she is not eating. She is staying away from everybody.
Then Steve's going to go over and pick her up and cuddle her like a toddler and just nuzzle her until she's done crying. And he's going to cry with her. And if anybody gets close, he's going to literally snarl at them until she is done.
Worm is invisible, but you feel extra arms out of nowhere.
You went invisible again?
I was invisible from the get-go. It doesn't go away until I do something.
Sorry, I forgot you didn't cast the lightning.
Oh, you launched those lightning bolts. You're visible. Oh, you didn't do it? Okay.
No, she opted out.
So that night, everyone in the camp sleeps pretty well. Benedict, your guards don't report. Maybe not Kira. Where is Kira sleeping tonight?
Cabin?
In Steve's arms.
By herself somewhere. Unless
Unless
doesn't give her a chance, but
if she doesn't make me, I'm just gonna hold her all night and rock her until she sleeps. Steve's fine.
I was gonna say wrapped in a nice white stag blanket.
Jesus.
And then you did say it.
God.
Too
I will
soon.
fucking kill somebody if that happens.
So
I don't even care.
It's about as too soon as having elf jerky. It's just not right.
So in the morning,
what would Gilfinus say?
Rook,
exactly.
You and Spark head off up the canyon and reach back up into this area. And you find the tunnel still collapsed. Nothing's come through that.
Oh, I didn't want to go that far. I just wanted to go to where we made the avalanche happen, so I could look down the other side and see if anything was following us.
It's all uphill, right? So from down here where we start, it's uphill, up, and then uphill again.
Okay.
Right. So the two of you get up to this top mountain valley, and you can see the cave-in, and that has not been disturbed at this point.
I'm just gonna find a spot off where we can get lack of a better word, make a snow fort, camouflage ourselves down, get a small fire going, and just take turns being on watch. See
Okay.
what comes and what doesn't.
All right.
So the like overhead cover the whole 9 yards, just enough so that we can kind of stay warm out of the elements, but watch what's going on.
So, okay. You are a good distance from camp. You could take the shortcut that's a little trickier and be back into the valley pretty fast. But if you go the
That's
long
probably
way
what we'll
around, like it's an all day, you're like a day away from where the refugees are.
We'll use the short because it's just the two of us and we got skills. We'll take the shortcut.
Benedict, your guards come to you in the morning, your watchmen, and they say that although the camp is safe, they haven't found anything of any sort of to fear. They do tell you that a number of them when they motion to the peaks to the east here. Anybody that has gone up there has seen many wisps of smoke rising to the north and the northeast.
Like up here?
Like, yeah.
Okay, not in the swamps, but further north.
Yep. They're guessing there's probably an army parked up there somewhere.
Okay, we should probably see if there's any way through these, if there's any pass through these mountains or anything we need to worry about defending.
Okay. So do you send people to do that?
Yeah, I guess that would probably be the smart thing to do.
Okay. All right.
I'll check. I should probably check with the council before I send their people off to do things.
Smart thing to do. Why start now? We're doing so well without it.
Where is what's Worm up to this morning? Memorizing spells or?
Yeah, memorizing spells and being invisible.
And you're being invisible?
Yeah.
Okay. So, somehow, the old man sort of finds you and can see you.
That's offensive.
He says, "Oh, that's an interesting book you have there." And he points to the spell book from Zach Saroth as you're sort of getting your spells ready to go.
You can see me? I'm a tree.
Well, it's not easy, but yes, I can see you.
Okay. Are you gonna kill me?
Are you going to kill me?
No.
Okay.
Unless you try to kill me, and then I will have to kill you.
Understood. I mean, fair is fair.
I killed Dragon Rider once, so I'm just putting it out there.
A Dragon Rider?
Yeah.
Impressive.
I know. Single-handedly.
Where did you get that book?
What book? And I shove it in my robes.
Okay. What book indeed? Well, if you had said book, I mean, the man who wrote that many ages ago, his citadel lies in the swamp.
So I've heard.
Have you
a
seen
skull
it?
hat or something.
Skull
No.
cap.
Yes, that one. Uh-huh.
Are you and your friends going to go there?
I don't know. We're kind of
The owner of
gesture to the refugees.
The owner of that book may still lay in its depths.
Sorry. My husband just came down to get candy, and I had one on the desk, so I just gave it to him.
Take it.
But he snatched it and ran away like the pizza rat.
I thought it was a euphemism for a second, and I thought you were going to go away.
No.
Piece of candy.
Sorry, the body or the book?
Well, the body. His other There are other books like the one you wield there, probably hidden within Skullcap.
I would assume so, yes. But the refugees are the priority at the moment.
You see how I can breach your facade?
I mean, I can do that too. I just didn't have it prepared.
You can.
Yes.
Then let an old man tell you a bit of wisdom. Not everything in Skullcap can be seen.
That would make sense.
Prepare yourself accordingly.
Okay. Thank you. But again, I don't think we're going
For someone
there.
named
The
Worm,
refugee-
I would have anticipated you to be bigger.
It's Worm with an O, not a Y.
Are you sure?
I mean, I've never actually written it out. It's not actually my name.
Oh. Fizbin is not actually my name.
Really?
Really?
I mean, I feel like we just kind of fall into that wizard trope. We need to have like X's and Z's and everything. Yeah.
I don't know that I follow you there, but
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
you and I, we may not be so different.
Did you go to school?
Did I go to school? I suppose. Not really.
I mean, the mage thing.
What?
Robes. I mean,
Towers.
the towers.
The Towers of High Sorcery, I've heard of them. Beautiful, I'm sure. Maybe we could see them together.
We probably don't want to go there then.
Why's that?
They don't like it when you're not part of their cult.
I know Worm, but I'm Fizbin. And you're Worm.
I-
With a
I'm-
Y, maybe.
No. I'm pretty sure it's with an O. Be cooler with a Y, though. But we probably shouldn't go there. It sounds like a silly place.
You might be surprised.
Mean we could go there and steal all their books and then leave.
He's not sure about that. You sort of lose him looking about the
Okay,
room and
well-
thinking to himself,
Never mind.
well, I'll leave you.
Okay. That
To-
makes sense.
To things unseen and unsaid.
Alright. Yeah. Bye, not Fizbin.
And to me, you will be Worm with a Y.
Thanks.
And with that, he just sort of moves off. He trips over a step, stumbles, hat falls to the ground. He picks it up and dusts himself off, pulls himself together, and then begins walking in an entirely different direction than he had originally started.
Is that where I am gonna end up? Am I gonna be a crazy old person talking to trees?
Visions of the future.
We're not making it that far.
No, or not. Rip.
Okay.
Well, I'm not, anyway. If Kara doesn't kill me, something else will.
Grenlead, what are you up to around the camp this morning? You and your brother have done a great deal of work and are feeling very at home with so many hill dwarfs here.
I think that it's not a lot of fun, but I think Grenlead would really enjoy spending time with the dwarves and helping them out.
Okay.
Like, I think she'd be among the regular folks because that whole anti-Gren thing was kind of awesome.
So when you arrived here in camp last night and were helping everyone, spirits were very down, very low, and you feel like they've risen this morning. There's a noticeable bounce in people's step In fact, people that looked exhausted before no longer look that way.
Elk is pretty tasty.
And many people are coming by and, assuming that your brother has put some sort of blessing on the encampment.
I was wondering if Grinnick would have noticed anything that he would have communicated to us.
No. No, Grinnick hasn't. Grinnick has not.
Is Kira approachable? I think Gren would probably have noticed her
Sure.
distress and wanted to comfort her.
Kira's just doing whatever Lorana needs her to do.
Yeah, if you went looking for Lorana, I'm going to say that you have not been able to find her, but you do run into Grenlead. Is that fair? Let's do
Sure.
let's do that.
So I think how are you today, Kira? I could see you were broken-hearted last night. Is there anything I can do to encourage you?
Beat some sense into Benedict. That seems to be the next logical step.
Thank you for what you brought to us last night. The people are energized and strengthened, and I don't know what you had to do, but I can see that it came at some cost, and know that whatever you did, it wasn't for nothing. So thank you.
I certainly hope not. But it seems that everyone is much better this morning. Hopefully they can stop running for a little while.
Hopefully you'll start to feel better, too.
He was an ever-present in my life, and now I don't know. Things are uncertain.
I think that everything has been uncertain for a very long time. And at some point, we just have to trust. I think we've seen so many things that we've never seen before. We have to trust that there will be more and that your sacrifice is worthwhile. So enough, I've said my piece, and know that I'm here and I'm thankful. Now let's get these refugees out of here.
Are you guys
I think they're staying here and we're going into the swamp.
I knew that. I said something stupid. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
At least I thought that was the plan.
I think that is the plan, but I don't want to assume anything either. As Grenlead leaves, Lorana approaches you.
Hello, my love.
She looks incredibly tired. And she has a number of wounds on her hand, by the look of it. Hands. And she's carrying something wrapped in a blanket.
What's wrong?
I'm just tired. I haven't slept all night.
What happened? Your hands.
She says, well, when you're in the court for so long and we learn how to do things, right? Other things than... And she just kind of hands you the blanket. And there's something inside.
Open it up.
So as you begin to unwrap it, you can see a bow made out of the stag's horns.
You bastard.
And the where you grip it, she has embedded Gilthanis's emblem. He wore on a chain the head of a unicorn, which is the symbol for the royal house of Qualinost. And it's like intricately wrapped into the wrappings of the bow.
It's beautiful, my love. It will serve you well.
I don't know that you'll ever be able to unstring it, and you now realize that the wounds on her hands are from pulling the string so tightly.
Okay.
That it's like it's cut into her fingertips and that from stringing the bow. She says, when you've lived the life of two humans already, you learn to do a few things.
It's beautiful.
I know it doesn't replace him, but he'll be with you now.
I just kiss her.
She goes along with that, does not fight it, and I think that's where we'll fade to black for our break, because we're right at 8:30. As the two of you have your moment there, you can add the bow acts as a +2 longbow, and once a day you can do a stag shot, which will summon a battering ram-like effect from the bow. Once per day.
For all you Lenny and Swiggy fans, anything like a Hun shot?
A Hun shot?
So Laverne and Shirley, Lenny and Squiggy, he got killed with a Hun shot.
It basically duplicates a ring of the ram once a day. Okay, so we'll jump to break, and we'll be right back. And I think the party will be headed for Skullcap at that point, but we'll see.
Unless we need therapy first. Is there a therapist in our refugee camp?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
I was being polite. I was waiting for the profanity when we get off of here. But if you want.
Okay, we are back from our break. We have a little image here of the stag bow, which I found online that I thought was very appropriate. And yeah, so that the rest of that day, how long is Rook staying away for?
Rook and we're just gonna keep looking and looking until we see something, or we're pretty sure the coast is clear, that we've got like enough days to get out of there. So
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm probably gonna be there for at least 2, maybe 3 days.
Does that interfere with the party's plans? Had we hoped to move out before that?
Well, I guess he said we should leave.
Yeah, they can take off without us. That's fine. I can always catch up.
Well, Elliston comes to the group then. Specifically Grinnick and the rest of the council, and they ask. Their question to all of you is: do you intend to go to this Skullcap place you learned about to see if the doors to Thorbarden are there, or if there's or if it points you in the direction of Thorbarden, because that's what the dwarven monolith down in the Steam town told you, that the gates to Thorbarden could be found there.
Kira
I think that's what the
asks
plan was.
Granick how long it will take him to teach Elliston to read those things. Because he's been asking about it this entire trip. And we've made him wait long enough, and somebody else needs to know how to do this, because we have this bad habit of getting ourselves in a situation where most of us die. So this knowledge needs to be passed on to at least one other person. Just practically speaking.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Grinnick's like, I don't trust him.
Not asking you to trust him. Just teach him.
Yeah, it will take a few days. However,
Gotta wait for Rook to come back anyways.
The discs of Mystical are a magic item, right? So it's not like it took weeks and weeks for Grinnick to become a full-blown cleric. Worm, go.
If we're discussing this like openly, like within our party,
Yeah.
Are you
there is
still
something
invisible?
yeah. So out of the corner of the cottage, because I'm assuming we're all in the cottage. So I could do something about that. If he's not trustworthy. I just need to.
Are you going to pull a Rook? Are you going to take him for a walk and not bring him back?
Oh God!
Only if I have
flashbacks of Pax Larkus.
No, I have something called ESP, where I can
Asp?
like.
You have
read
Asp?
thoughts.
Okay. And that tells you what?
He's going to the book.
Well,
He's going to the book.
I can sort of figure out what
It's
his
fine.
intentions are, and if he's trustworthy or not to be, given access to the plates.
Okay, then
Yes.
do it. Because we can't sit around here for forever.
Right, disc. Sorry.
Okay.
Do it.
So are we asking Estlin for his permission, or do we just cast ESP?
I'm not really an
That's
ask
up
for
to Worm.
permission kind of person. I'm more of a do and then fuck up
Beg-
and fix it later.
Big forgiveness
What?
later.
Okay, what exactly does this spell do? Because
It's
like
basically like
It's a detect thoughts.
detect thoughts of 5th edition. You get the surface
So you,
thoughts, but
you
then
need
you can
permission,
continue
though.
to probe.
And it's easier if you have permission,
Yes.
right?
But not necessary.
Maybe try a little tact. Just saying.
You're talking to Worm,
Steve
right?
is going to go outside.
I'm not very tactful.
Okay.
I don't
Okay,
know
Steve.
if you've noticed.
Because
Well,
tact
you were
is not.
raised by that moron, so yes, I understand.
You didn't raise me.
You are 5 minutes old.
Wow.
I'm 19.
Exactly. You are like 5 minutes old. It's okay.
Look, I know you're upset, but you don't have to take it out on me.
Just do what you gotta do, hun. And then we gotta go.
I ESP that motherfucker.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that when you find him, he's moving about the camp, helping out where he can. You cast ESP. So his surface thoughts. First of all, the range is like 5 feet per level.
Yeah.
So you're
Seventh.
7th. So you got to be pretty close, right?
But I'm also invisible.
Oh, are you using invisibility? Okay.
I'm still invisible. I haven't become uninvisible.
Yeah, so you probe his surface thoughts, and everything is genuine. Like, he's not helping with an ulterior... You don't feel like he's helping with an ulterior motive. says that you get simple instinctual thoughts from the lower order creatures.
Yeah.
Probes can continue on the same creature from round to round. The caster can use the spell to help determine if some creature lurks behind a door. Yeah, that's not what we're using it for. Yeah, so unlike the spell in 5th edition, this only takes surface thoughts. But you follow him around for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got a few rounds of duration.
And can we, like... Yeah, it's 5 rounds per level. So,
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of levels.
So wait, I have duration 1 round per level.
That's detect invisibility. My apologies.
Okay.
I was looking at the wrong...
So one round per level on the ESP.
Yeah. So could we have, like, situated to where Grinnet comes out to talk to him about the plates, and that
Sure.
would kind of change his surface thoughts
Sure.
to the
Sure.
plates themselves.
So Grinnet comes over, sort of gives you a wink on the way in, and then
Even though he can't see me, so he winks in the other direction.
yeah, that's true. He can't see it. He winks in the wrong direction. He actually blinks. Anyways, yeah, he asks him a few questions about the plates, and again, surface thoughts. You don't feel any sort of maliciousness. You sense more like curiosity and a little bit of fear.
Okay, I think when I get the fear is when I'm going to join the conversation. Still invisible, because
Of course.
I spent the spell slot and I'm going to use it until I can't be invisible anymore.
Yep.
What are you afraid of?
He sort of spins around, unable to see you. Would it be okay would you be okay if Grinnick was like, well, that's my friend, or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's God.
Elliston says, it's been 300 years and many human lifetimes since anyone of my race wielded the powers of the gods. It's quite an intimidating proposition.
In his surface thought.
But one that,
that?
yes. But one that I'm curious about and more than willing to embark on.
It's no small feat. You'll be a target.
I will. I suppose Grinnick is also a target.
Yes.
But I see what Grinnick is able to do. He saved my life. He's saved many more here. And he sort of motions to the people around him. If I could do but half that, I would be happy. To take
surface thoughts.
To take that target on. Yeah, you don't sense any sort of misleads or falsehoods. But there is an underlying current of fear.
Yeah. Well, I'll just kind of like curl my hand creepily over his shoulder, even though I can't see it.
Okay.
And squeeze with my 10 strength.
Yep.
Oh, ow. Grinnick, I think you can teach him. But if you betray us and you become some dark-ass cleric, I will fucking kill you.
Okay. He doesn't answer that.
Okay. Good talk. They let go. Disappear.
Okay.
Not actually. I'm standing right beside Grinnick.
So is the plan to leave the discs with Estelin when you? I'm I think it was it Jeff that said last time, like, in case Grinnick were to die inside of Skullcap, best the discs not be there. Someone said this last time.
Well, that, and we're supposed to find a leader of men, and he seems to be a leader of men, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not up to me.
But we got a couple days while Rook or whatever,
Yes,
right? Because
yes.
we're waiting for Rook to come back, or are
Yes.
we leaving before Rook gets back?
And I mean, I
I
don't
just
want
need to take off.
Excuse me.
I don't want to speak for Grinnick, but Mishakal did tell him, like, he was not to keep the discs. He was to give the discs to the leader of men.
Mm-hmm.
So
If
maybe
that's Elliston or
he
not,
gets a little nudge.
no, I'm fine. If you guys want to wait, he can do that, and then he can make that decision on himself, and we can just himself when he returns next week, and we can just retcon whether the discs were left or taken. That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say like let him start.
I don't want
teaching
to
him
take
for
that away
sure.
from his character. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like let him start teaching Elliston, obviously, but like the rest of us just keep an eye on it as it's going on, and like see how Elliston takes to the teaching.
Okay.
You know, while we're waiting for Rook and Spark to come back.
Go, Steve.
Steve got impatient and sent some plainsmen to go find Rook and tell him what we're leaving.
Okay.
While
You
they
guys
were
can just
having the
take off.
conversation about what they're going to do with the ESP, he's just like, okay, we're going to go kill some things, send some plainsmen, go
Okay.
find Rook, tell him where we're going, don't die.
They think they know where Rook went, so they head off in that direction.
Like the party can just take off. They don't have to send anybody for me. Once I decide to come back in 3 days, wherever you guys went, I'll just follow.
I'm just saying that's already happened. So
Okay. So, shall we give Elliston and Grinnick 2 days? Does that sound fair?
Mm-hmm.
So Rook, you're up there for the time, and you and Spark wake one morning to see campfire smoke on the morning air to the northeast, up at this end of the valley that you're on.
Okay. When you say campfire smoke, we're talking like a lot of fires, right?
No, not an army size. This could be scouts or something like that, but there's half a dozen. Like there could be 50 draconians there, 50 hobgoblins, something like that, but you don't think it's like thousands of forces, right? Thousands of.
Okay. Good enough. That's what I was looking for. I tell Spark.
It could not be the draconians, but it's definitely in their direction.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I tell her to pack up her skis and go and let everyone know that looks like there's some scouting parties. A couple of the second they see this track, they're going to find us. So they need to start packing up and start thinking about moving again. So I just send her off.
Where are they gonna go?
We got to keep moving south with them. There's where else are we going to do it?
1,000 people in the swamp.
What, we're going to leave them here so they can be found? What's the plan?
Well, you guys aren't together to argue, so let's not worry about that. Spark heads back to tell everyone.
Yeah.
good for her.
And as you rest another day, I'm going to say it's Grenlead that notices it, because you've mentioned that you were sort of helping out with the camp and sort of being in amongst the people there. Plus, I assume you're moving about the camp invisible at times with your cloak. People have... There has been fish caught. Like, people are out on the lake ice fishing. There have been, game, both small and large, caught. And people are finally, like, not waking up in the morning terrified. This little valley has sort of calmed them a bit. So Grenlead's sort of finger on the pulse of things feels like that the people have the people of the caravan have recovered a bit. If they needed to move now, or if they needed to do something a little more strenuous, they would be better equipped to do that.
Does the council have any thoughts on it?
Do you want to approach the council about that?
I think I would like to approach my other folks in the party and see if they think that's a good idea. Yeah, I would approach the council.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So you find that the group of them having one of their regular discussions, trying to keep track of the amount of food and things like that that have been brought in, and yeah, they welcome you. Being the cleric's sister has its advantages. You step in no problem, and Briar, is it Briar? Yeah, Briar, the leader of the Plainsmen, says, what can they do for you?
I've noticed that since we've been in this place, the people seem to be in good spirits and in better health. I think that there's lots of food here, and I think the people are doing well, and as we're making plans to move forward to our own goal, our own place, what are you thinking about the people? How do you think they're ready to move? Do you think moving is urgent, or
Brooklyn the half elf, who sort of represents the half elves and elves that are in the group, he says that everyone is still on board to make a run for Thorbarden if the gates can be found. And from our discussions with Lorana, that where you're headed could possibly tell us where to go. I think the gates of Thorbarden are the only safe place from the Dragon Army on a permanent level. And you notice that Briar and Lokar, the other two members of the council here, both agree with him. Like they're nodding along with him.
you know that the journey is hard, and our enemies are everywhere. It's slow traveling with all the people. Are you sure you're prepared for the risk?
They all look at you and seem a little you don't feel like they're 100% confident, but they put on a good face, and they tell you that like Lokar says that at this point to not sort of be strong would be disrespectful to the people that were lost. And the hill dwarves that we've picked up along the way now, we owe something to them. Their home, their home might have gone unnoticed had we not been there. So anything we can do to get everyone to safety, we're in it for the long haul, so to speak. But what really needs to be done is we need to find the gates of Thorbarden need to be found.
Well, I think, let me see what new information we have, and we'll, just rest assured that we'll give you, we'll take it into consideration, and we want everyone to make it. Your safety's a huge priority. And I think I'd like to go back to the group and see, like, are we waiting for the ranger? Are rangers to return?
Steve wants to go yesterday.
Yeah.
But that's mostly because right now he's doing a lot of babysitting and talking to old people, and generally being very helpful. And he's a 19-year-old killing machine.
I
And I think-
will distract Steve one day. We're gonna
I
go
may
to
have-
Bosnia.
I may have it wrong, but the original plan was to find somewhere safe we can stash these people so we can quickly go and try and find the gates and come back. So I think waiting is probably counterproductive to what we were planning, but I don't know if that's changed or not.
Now, I think
Well-
I think you're right in that was sort of the framework of a plan that was formulated, that you guys would find the gates, because for all you know, the gates of Thorbarden are back the way you came. So if you can find a place that they can sort of bunker down for a bit, you go find out if you can find the gates and then come back and get them. I think that was the original plan.
Right.
Yeah, I thought
I
we were
think
gonna leave
I'm-
them here in this valley by the lake and stuff like that, and us go as a party then, because we move faster without all of those people.
That is why Steve sent people to go find Rook, because he wants to go then.
Also, Benedict's forces spotted a lot of smoke in the air to the north. So if there is a large force there, it could very soon start to push into the swamps towards Skullcap, if that's the case.
If that's where they're heading.
If that's where they're heading. Or
Knowing that
they're not necessarily headed anywhere. If they're looking for you, though, you don't want them to be able to intercept.
But we have an army and a collection of dragons all out looking for us, and this is a good place for the people without considering those. But if we're not here to protect them, and they meet our enemies, that's on our hands.
Okay, I have one thing to ask you. If the dragons show up with an army, are the 5 or 6 of us going to make that much of a difference? I think we're just all going to die here. I think the best use of our skills is go try to find the fucking door, and we got the hope. We got to put some faith in the gods. They're here. Ask my eating buddy. Ask your brother.
No, I think.
Besides, I'm bored. I want to go do something. This is stupid. And he goes off and does his rock kicking, sulking, and crying.
Okay. Okay.
I
I hate
was
to
gonna
say it, but that's the
distract
smartest
him.
thing Steve has ever said.
I was gonna take Steve tobogganing.
So is the plan to leave this day then?
Steve's sad now.
It's fine, whatever. You go have your little cry fest. We won't go tobogganing. Whatever. I don't care.
I mean, yeah, I think at this point, that's all we really can do is, like, have them hunker down here as best as they can, and we'll come back for them when we find the frickin' door.
So the scouts that were sent out, I think there was some talk about this. There is only a couple entrances to this valley. So one being the way you came down. There's another canyon to the west. It's very similar to that, which has some avalanche issues as well.
I think we were more concerned with
Have them
stuff on this
collapse
side, right?
that.
Yeah, this side is pretty much just solid rock wall, with one exception right up here in the top corner.
That was the steep way down that was not safe, right?
Yes, that's correct. There's no way an
Okay.
army is coming down that.
Yeah, concern was all the campfires that they saw out here coming
Yeah.
down here.
And then the lake itself drains out down this canyon here, down towards the swamps.
So they've got two corridors they can flee down if they have to, right?
Yes, correct.
Not that they'll outrun dragons, but
Mhm.
let's get there and back before that happens.
So is the party going to leave right this day?
You know my vote.
Steve's already gone. We have to catch up to him.
Let's have a quick vote to decide that. Rook is not there to add to that vote, but if we can decide that, then I have a couple of other questions to follow that up.
Okay.
Well,
I vote for going sooner than better. Sooner than later, sorry.
since we're not going tobogganing, I guess.
Okay, so with everyone in cahoots to leave, Is Lorana and Tika going with you?
That's up to them. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to talk them out of it because they should
I'm
stay
pretty
and
sure
take
Tika's
care of
coming.
people. I'm gonna tell Tika that they need her power and her strength and her abilities here more, and I promise I'll try not to die.
And she'd say, "Oh, Steve, you're so funny."
Yeah, I know. And then she'd fucking come anyway because she would agree with me and then just follow us like a puppy. That's
As
up to
far
you,
as Lorana
DM.
goes, I don't know.
Lorana should stay. She needs to be here.
yeah, like Kira would do her best to just be like, you are a whole ass adult, and I can't tell you what to do, and I've never been able to tell you what to do, but these people need you.
We would like you.
Like,
Different.
I care very, very much about you, but these people need you.
We would be happy to have her, but the people need her.
Yeah. Time to princess up
And I
and stay
will-
here.
Do my best to not die.
I tell that to a tree. I'll do my best not to die. Apparently, this is what wizards do. We talk to trees. I will try not to die.
You're a squire.
Steve, Tika says, I get the princess. Like, this is just to you. I get everybody wanting the princess to stay, but, like, I'm a good fighter, right?
Right, and you have to stay here and keep the princess alive because they need her. I can't do it all. There's only one guy. And if you're there, I'm going to have to worry about you a bit. And here, I know you're going to do fine. You do you. I'm not your dad.
Who is your
But
daddy?
I will be your daddy.
I will not be anybody's daddy.
Hey, Steve, let's just do a charisma reaction check.
Do I have to?
Oh yeah, because it's fun.
Okay. That's a. I don't think
You have
that
a loose
word means what
definition
you
of
think
fun,
it
sir.
means. Yeah. What do I have to roll there?
There should be a
Mr.
button
not
on
a-hole
your
DM.
character sheet under charisma. There will be a reaction button. Just push that.
Okay. One moment. Definitely not an asshole DM. Hang on.
The game will do the rest.
Charisma. Mac Hent react. Ooh.
It's right next
great.
to the TPK button.
Yeah, it's right next to the DM is definitely not an asshole button.
Higher is better on this roll.
Oh, excellent.
I see a 1.
I am so
I see a 1 in our
I'm
future.
so doomed.
Ooh.
She grabs you by your armor.
Yes.
And says, "Oh no, I'm coming with you to that fucking place. You're not leaving me here. You're not running off on some great adventure and I miss out. I've been a barmaid long enough."
Okay.
And
then I pull her hands. I pull her hands off of me.
Yeah.
All right, you come then. Go get your shit.
You're damn right. I'm gonna go get my shit. And then,
yeah.
and
then when she goes to leave, I turn around and everybody go, "Let's go! Let's go! Go!
How fast can Steve run?
Very. He's got long legs.
Kira just sees that and she's like, "Oh, sweetie, that girl's gonna follow you."
Yeah,
You
that's what
can't
I was
outrun
afraid
that.
of. That's what I was
There's
afraid
no
of.
outrunning that.
I can make her not follow you.
See,
That's
this is
not
why I
it.
like Worm.
So
This is why I like Worm so
Well,
much.
then she can
But
be
she-
your sister.
But she's too
If you listen
entertained.
to her.
I don't listen to her either, but she's on my page.
Uh,
You always want me to care about her people.
Kira, Lorana says, after you give the speech of these people needing her and whatnot, she agrees to stay, but says to you that you and your friends just remember that we don't make it through this if you don't find the gates.
I'm aware.
I'll stay, but you need to find the gates. Otherwise, we just pulled 1,000 people over the mountains for nothing.
You don't have to tell me that.
And don't lose the bow. She says with sort of a fun tone, even though the DM didn't really come across with a fun tone. She comes across a little fun with that, and yeah. So everyone sort of bids you adieu, like they see you off.
Just like we set up watches, whatever. I want to have them set up a watch here for us if we can signal them somehow.
Yeah,
from out in the swamp.
Benedict. I'm gonna say that the dwarven chieftain, Zirkin, has kind of become your lieutenant. In that the Nidar dwarves, the hill dwarves, are far more battle
Militarized.
I'm not gonna say militarized. I'm gonna say battle hungry.
Okay.
Like they have a far better fighting spirit than the rest of them. Like they have not seen slavery at Pax Tharkus. They have not seen their homes burned and all the rest of it. Well, I guess they have seen their homes burned, but they're far more ready. They have not been broken in spirit. And they're far more ready to fight if need be.
All right.
So, with that, we're heading off. Yes, yes. No. I'm gonna say that because of your guys' haste, that Spark does not reach the encampment before you depart.
Did you want me to handle Tika, or are we just gonna let her?
Oh, let her come. It's fine.
Okay. I was just asking.
Thank you,
Are you
Thank
killing
you,
people?
Yeah,
Take a level 1 assassin? Is that what's going on? Can't wait to do it.
What are you gonna do, Charmer?
I was gonna.
Oh,
no, it's fine. But DM, I did send plainsmen out to meet, try to find him. Remember?
Yes, I know that.
Okay, sorry.
Would they
Didn't
have
mean
met
to
Spark on the way?
So, the plainsmen move up through the avalanche, and Spark, for better time, takes the dangerous route.
And for
Of course.
They just go like that.
Moogles!
So how many days have we been in the
Moogles.
valley here
2 days.
before we leave? 2
2
days?
One
Is
too
pooping
many.
considered an attack?
Why?
Because if so, Worm is visible. It's been 2 days, or she's got problems.
I don't think pooping
You
is considered an attack unless you're a
you
monkey.
do.
Unless
I
you're a
think
monkey.
it's an attack.
If you're throwing your shit, that's a totally different thing.
You're
I'm
technically
not
shooting it.
throwing my shit.
You're technically firing shots.
It's just
So it's an attack. You're visible.
venison
convinced.
ones. Like
You know what? I think you have a bad diet, sir.
I have celiac disease. It's not my
That
fault.
would do some of it. Yeah.
So listen,
Fire in the hole!
everyone except Rook and plus Tika
Oh yes, Tika.
descends out of the mountains
She's
onto a flat plain. That would be, and I'm going to move this now. We're going to move this blue circle to where this is where the encampment is. So you guys move down into the plains here, and here the flat plain shows scars of the Dwarf Gate War. The blasted heath is punctuated by the rusting hulls of ancient broken war machines. The wind howls across the plain, and rusted broken swords and shields and armor litter the ground, obscured by sand and drifting snow. The great iron war machines stand draped in ice, a monument to destruction. On the horizon, though, even though it's miles away, you can catch glimpses of Skullcap out here, even from this distance. So are we making a beeline for it?
That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment about wanting to ride a bee there because that would be petty.
So as you begin to get closer to Skullcap, clouds of vapor rise from the warm surface of the swamp and fill the area with a thick, chilling fog. Brown reeds clog the area so that you can see only a few feet ahead in areas as you sort of push your way towards Skullcap. We're going to jump back to the camp for a moment. So, what would signal for Rook to leave?
Honestly, we didn't set up signals, so I just said I'd be back in 3 days.
Okay.
So if once those planes catch up and they can take my watch over, I'll come back.
All right. So I'm going to say that we're going to have you reach the encampment at the end of the 3rd day, and at that time the party also reaches Skullcap. So you're in the encampment here, and
Yep.
they're out here at Skullcap. You find out that they've already departed for Skullcap. That Spark has made it back here safely and let everybody know. And the plan is that essentially they're hunkering down here, and hopefully the party will find the gates of Thorbarden before they get found out in this valley.
Okay. Then I'll take. I'm just gonna. Did Fizzbane go with them? Yes or no?
He did not.
Then I'm gonna ask Fizzbane if he'd like to come with me to go with the party.
Oh.
God, that's great.
I don't know.
Come, old man. It'll be an adventure.
You
Yeah, you got one more adventure left in you, don't you?
Huh! One?
You got one more left in you? I bet you do. At least one. Maybe even 2.
He's convinced. He's along for the ride.
Let's go.
So
no more than 2.
You and Fizzbin begin to follow the party.
And I better bring Spark, because if we find the gates, I can send Spark back to tell everyone where they are and to lead them back. So that's
I honestly
my
can't
plan.
believe
You
you're
wanna
bringing
take
an old guy with you. I like
You want to take
though.
Spark to Skullcap?
Yep.
What
It-
could go wrong?
Well, you did give her a token and a last name, so now she's dead. So
Okay.
perfect.
She's in. She can't wait to get to Skullcap.
So I tell everyone to get armed up, hooked up, and let's go.
Okay, Rook. So Rook and
We've
his
now
party.
moved into the part of the story where we see how many NPCs we can get killed.
Do we have a betting pool? Because I think 10. We've already
winning
got
with
one.
I think we
I've got
better
13
start
already. I
So-
got
Okay,
13
we've already
tonight.
got one
As
got
you-
cooked.
For those of you in the lead party, a great mound of rubble rises from the swamp. Its craggy features resemble a skull half buried in the bog. The eye holes of the skull are gaping caverns leading into the mound. Dum dum dum. So everyone's kind of tired, but do you just jump right into Skullcap, or are we waiting for Rook to catch up? You know Rook is on the way.
Don't wait, just
Well,
go.
Rook has found us inside things before. That sounded bad, but it's true.
Is it like evening time?
It
Nighttime.
would have taken you the entire day to cross the swamps to here.
Honestly, we should
we just
probably
camp
find.
going in the morning?
Thank you.
Because we don't want to go into something like this exhausted. That would just be
Right.
stupid and counterproductive.
Okay, so you
Not
set
only
up
that,
Set
Worm
up
has
the
to
cottage.
pick some new.
you set up the cottage outside of
spells.
Skullcap and sleep well that night.
set up our
Um,
trailer.
Is Rook going through the night, or does he stay the night in camp and then leave in the morning?
I'll leave in the morning because I've got the old man and the girl.
Okay.
Plus I've been going the whole day before, so I'm pretty sure if I try to leave now, you'll hit me up with a thing of exhaustion.
Maybe.
Yeah, so I'm
Maybe.
gonna go out in the morning.
I can't be sure,
100% chance.
to be honest.
So I'll be a full day behind them.
Okay.
So everybody gets a hit point for the night of rest, right?
Yes, everybody gets a hit point if you're wounded. There should be no one wounded right now, right?
I was at 59 of 60. I am now full health.
Okay.
I
Grinnick
guess
would
I
have
could have
spent
added for the
spells
two.
along the way to heal everybody up. But you've rested.
Not
I
just
didn't want
that.
to assume.
We did have a day in the camp where we slept.
Yeah.
So
When you come out of your beautiful cottage,
I didn't sleep well. Kira was mad at me.
on the edge of the swamp to the north,
you get used to it.
you can see lots of smoke. Like, there's not just 50 people encamped out there. Thousands. Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
I was going to yell at Benedict, but never mind.
What do I do now?
So listen, the
We just
mouth.
didn't get to have a conversation while we were in camp, and Kira was definitely going to give you an earful.
I like that there's words unspoken there. Unless you'd like to force the time, like before we
I
go
can-
into Skullcap, you can certainly find
No,
the time
if
to.
we see all of that nonsense on the horizon, no fucking way.
Oh,
She's
okay.
like, no, let's go.
Yay!
Will someone die with things unsaid?
Oh, shut up. Let's go.
Okay, fine.
Evil Dungeon
Does
Master.
Spark have something to
so
say?
great if it's fucking Kira. Like, all this way, goes through all that with the stag. Her girlfriend gives her a really pretty bow, and she dies the last adventure.
It'll be great.
Yeah,
The mouth. So the mouth of the skull-shaped mountain is 80 feet above the swampy plain and forms what looks to be a cavern. And then you can see higher up, there's two more openings that look like eyes.
I
The
think
s-
we saw this picture on Prep or Die, didn't we?
I don't actually have it loaded in the computer, but can we see that?
See?
Mhm.
Nice. That's sexy.
That looks like
you
some
wanna
prime
go
real
in-
estate.
The
That me on the left?
pointy
There.
teeth area or one of the eyes?
What this picture doesn't capture is that the teeth area, they're like 80 feet above. Also, the whatever stone Skullcap is made out of has a surface something close to glass and is black and blue in color, depending on how the sun hits it. It looks as though this stone was burned and melted by a tremendous fire.
I think before we go in, we need a little prayer from my eating buddy. Because we're going to fucking... This does not look
Could
good.
I invisibly go and take a peek?
Sure.
Because that always works out well.
I can go with you. I'm still invisible.
Let's do it.
All
Okay.
right.
You just live invisible now, don't you?
So you
I
quickly
will never do anything hostile ever again.
you quickly find out that the only way that you cannot climb this glass-like stone, so ropes have to be thrown up. So ropes are thrown up over those teeth-like rocks, and the two of you invisibly make your way up there. The stalactites and stalagmites form grotesque rows of teeth. At the back of the opening, there is a natural tunnel that descends into the mountain. The tunnel is made of the same fused black rock as the outside of Skullcap. And after 20 feet or so, it gently begins to slope downwards until it reaches an angle somewhere near 70 degrees, which is almost straight down.
I think we're going to need more rope.
Oh, funny. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can laugh at me.
Yeah, the two of you can't see each other. You're probably bumping into one another and things like that.
I think at that point we'll just like hold hands or like loop arms or something, just so
Yeah.
we know where each other
Pinkies. Pinky swear.
If you guys just hold a piece of rope, you'll both be able to see the end.
are. No, but then
Just
other people will see
hovering.
this random floating
Kinda-
rope.
Defeats the purpose of invisibility, I suggest.
Ah,
Well, I don't know.
Do we hear anything?
You hear nothing.
Does it look like anybody's been here for a while?
Actually, there's a number of pitons that, as you look about, have been smashed into the rock and around the teeth-like formations, and they're old and rusted and have bits of rope still tied to them. Like maybe someone has gone down the mouth of Skullcap, but not for a while.
Very old.
Maybe a year or two.
Okay, well, not as old as I was thinking.
probably some red robed jerk.
Oh, I don't really wanna go down there without the group, so
No, same.
yeah.
All right.
As you stand looking down into that darkness, Worm, down into that gullet of a cave, you almost feel like you hear someone calling for you down there. Very familiar to the sound of your book.
Artemis is just gonna kill you through the
Did you hear that?
It'll be here when we get back. Let's go get the group.
But did you hear that?
No, she didn't.
Absolutely not. Let's go get the group.
On behalf of our viewers.
Throwing its voice. I'm a squishy wizard with 17 hit points. Fuck off.
So as you ask Grenlead about that, you then, for the first time ever, it says your name. You just hear Worm.
Okay, at least it says Worm and not my real name. That's good. I'm good with that.
Yeah, it goes Worm with a Y. No.
Fuck!
It doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. It just says Worm and it echoes up the cave.
Are you sure you didn't hear that?
Worm, you're freaking me out. Let's go back and get the group. Let's
I
get the
am-
others.
Okay.
It's not going to do you any good to
I'm-
arrive at the voice flat. So let's go.
I'm not Steve.
Okay, you had me worried.
I just wanted to make sure that you heard or did not hear that. And if you didn't, then I'm just going to go talk to trees. Because first it's my book, now it's the big hole in the ground. Like,
It's okay. You're going to be fine. Let's go back and see what happens.
okay.
Okay, so you stick your head back out through the teeth and you can see your friends down at the bottom.
You can come up now.
I wave at them, but I'm invisible. Off.
We don't see anything.
I also waved.
So Tika rushes the rope and starts to
Slow
climb.
down. Slow down.
Not you,
You are-
Tika.
Not
You're a
Tika.
magnificent fighter, but I can take more abuse than you. Let me go first, please.
Go.
No.
No, go. Be quick about it. Let's
Oh.
go.
Jeeves, somebody wants to die more than I do. More than Benedict does.
So,
All right.
so one by one, you all reach the top of the jagged teeth out here, and you see this dark gullet sliding down into the mountain. You look back over your shoulder, and you can just make out the break in the mountains to the west, and where your encampment sits, and where maybe all those people are depending on you. What would you,
Wow.
What would you like
Wow.
to do?
Wow.
Excuse me. Where did you find the salt for the wound?
You know, when we were
Probably
talking
right
the other
next to
night
the
about you
audacity.
being like, when we were talking the other night about you being reinvigorated for DMing,
Yeah.
I didn't know this is what you were fucking talking about.
I don't know what's come over me. I don't know what's come over me.
I
You've been
love it.
watching too much Fixius, is what's going on.
I love it. Carry on, sir.
Are we putting a rope down the throat? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever's the safest way to get all these fucking yahoos down there.
Okay. Does my 50 feet of rope reach the bottom?
God, no.
Okay.
No.
Well, then we're going to tie a few people's ropes together.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
rope.
got 50 feet.
I do too.
So that's
Does it-
150 feet.
Straight down, or is it like a slide?
70
Just out of
degrees.
curiosity.
70
70
degrees,
degrees,
almost
which is
straight down.
almost straight down.
Almost.
Yeah.
But not quite.
Presumably come back this way.
Right?
If there's
How-
one thing I love about old school Dungeons and Dragons modules, like they were not afraid to like throw math out there. So they're like a 70-degree drop, not a steep drop. They get exact 70 degrees.
That's what happens when nerds build things.
That's right. Absolutely right. I'm switching over maps here, everybody. So
How far
no.
down? How many ropes does it take?
how many ropes does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll?
Well, it depends on how far down, because at a 70-degree angle, I can trig it out for you and tell you exactly how much rope we need. I just need to know how deep it is.
You go right ahead. We'll wait.
But I can tell you, we once had sorry, total tangent. I can't believe I'm
Go
doing
ahead.
this.
No, go ahead.
We once went down a really interesting road with a 30% grade that ended in a 90-degree turn and a bit of a cliff into the ocean. And there was a sign saying 30% grade, don't go down the road unless you checked your brakes, blah, blah, blah. And someone had scratched into the rock, into the sign with a rock, the words, no shit. So, having navigated 30% in the real world, I don't need math to know that this is just stupid.
Nobody
Wait
has
for-
ever accused this group of being smart, though.
Fair enough.
No. Come on now. Come on now.
Just
okay.
dumber groups.
So listen, the maps that I have for this do not properly sort of draw out the skull's mouth and everything here, but basically this opening right here, this is where it all happens, and then once you get to about here, like once you get about 30 feet in, that's where the real steep drop happens.
Okay. I'm just going to keep on the how much rope do we need.
And who, if anyone, is lighting a torch, etc. And how much rope do you need? Let's find that out right now. Here we go.
I'll light my
have
lantern.
a torch lit.
Well, you actually don't know, right? Because you're just lowering it down. Like, is someone going down? Going down, Mr.?
No,
I'm
but
invisible, so you can
I'm gonna
just fly me to the end, and I'll like.
I'm going to throw it and wait for see if it hits the bottom, then pull it up and add another one. And then throw it and see if it
Jesus.
hits the bottom. And get a good shoulder workout for a second or two. We have 150 feet.
And I have a few more HP than you. Maybe you should let me go ahead of you.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Saying.
So is someone
Yeah.
is someone being the anchor and going down on the end of the rope? Is that what I'm hearing?
I volunteer as tribute unless somebody invisible wants to go.
Let's send somebody invisible down.
I
Fair
love you,
enough.
Benedict. I love you.
I'm touching my nose. If you can't see me, but I'm touching my nose.
You might be the first to die, Benedict, but I love you. Okay. Listen, you would have
Might
to
be.
lower Worm about 200 feet on the rope.
No.
Well, then we need.
No.
Do we have any more?
No, Grant.
Oh, is Grenlead going?
We need
Okay.
one more spool of rope.
Did you take my 50-foot spool?
We have 150 feet of rope.
Grenlead,
That much.
stay with me here. I'm going to take your character down the opening. So there is a divergent path here, but this way dead ends. So you're going down. You're going
We're
down.
at the
Holler
bottom.
back up and then
Yeah.
try again.
So we go all the way down the map, and this is Grenlead reaches the bottom.
How? We don't have enough rope. I'm just being pedantic, but still.
No, there is. Grenick has his rope.
There was rope here.
Okay.
I forgot
And
about
what do
Grenick.
we-
My apologies.
Yeah,
What
that's
do
okay.
I see?
Um,
The other way is a dead end?
the other way went to a dead end. That's correct.
Okay,
So-
well, this is the way I think we have to go.
Here, the ground levels out, and ahead of you, you can see a broken sort of like there's lots of rubble lying about, broken walls, and faded tapestries depicting men and dwarves at war line the wall of this chamber. And there is a door to the south and a door to the north. Also, you feel a bit of a chill wash over you as you reach the bottom. An unnatural chill.
I don't
Has
want
she
to
felt this chill before?
You've felt this chill before. With the wraith in the
And it's
Slamori.
just here in general.
Yeah.
So
You
I
got
don't know.
you
I need
to
to
quote
go
Han
back to
Solo, you got a bad feeling about this place.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hey guys, I have a bad feeling about this place. Sorry. I'm
Yeah, it's a Han Solo quote. This is awesome.
Are you going to holler that up, invisible?
Oh,
Because that would be hilarious.
yeah, I am. I thought about it
So-
and I thought better of it, but this whole thing is stupid, so let's go with it.
Echoing
Stupid
up the very deep Go into the hole. Doesn't feel good down here.
So I start pulling her up.
Okay. Do you unattach yourself from the rope, Grenlead, or do you climb back up?
Well, you're either going to be a sack of potatoes, or you untie quickly, or you climb. Can't hear you.
I want to go back up. I'm not
Okay,
ready to die.
okay. So you're going back up.
Yep.
And then I'm going to untie her, and I'm going to walk over to Benedict.
I'll tie her
motion
around my
to
waist.
Benedict.
Yeah, I'll tie her around my waist. And
My name's
Well,
Promise
my
me
name's
you'll wait till the
Benedict.
bottom.
Light on the bend, hard on the dick.
Grenlead, what happened?
I just had a bad feeling. It reminded me of when we were in the cave and we found the wraith.
Oh. Right. Okay. Before anybody does anything further stupid, and I'm looking pointedly at Steve and Benedict, even though they can't see me.
Okay.
hello down there.
Pretty much. Okay, book. Make the thing go away and I'll come over.
You talking to a book
Sorry,
now?
do you pull the book out and talk to it?
No, I'm just yelling down because the same voice was in the book.
Okay,
so I'm just
okay,
talking
okay.
the book.
Okay, nothing happens. Nothing happens.
You know, that's really rude.
Tika looks a little strangely at Worm and looks at the rest of you like,
Worm, are you
Yep.
okay? Are you having a moment?
Just, yeah. It was worth a shot.
it was worth a shot.
Oh,
Shall we
God.
go down
What was
together?
worth the shot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is the party going in?
What
No.
was worth a shot, Worm?
Nothing. Just
Nothing was worth the shot, but you did something.
Everything's
No, just-
fine.
it was nothing.
Sense
I
motive.
just wanted to try
Rook is
something.
not here yet. Okay.
When did we all start lying to each other?
I'm not lying.
I think.
We don't believe you, Worm.
I mean,
I raised you better than that.
if you want to be honest, I've been lying to all of you the whole time, pretty much.
I know you heard something.
We let you lie to us for a long time. Let's be honest.
I love that Kira has just no longer
Yours
putting up
like
with this
just
shit.
done. Like no.
Yeah, it's pretty
If we're
apparent. You're
gonna go
just
get
done.
ourselves killed, we might as well do it for the right reasons. And if everybody's fucking lying to each other, no.
Okay, I'm gonna move
We
us.
might as well go turn around and fight the army face on if we're gonna lie to each other. So what the
That's
fuck
I'm
is
not
going
lying.
on?
Wow. Okay, Kira, calm down.
Do you need the snack?
I think you need a Snickers.
The Snickers bar.
Are we?
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Are we holding a torch, Benedict, or what are we doing down here?
I have my bullseye lantern lit.
I'm holding the lantern. He's holding me.
Perfect. So we're
Okay,
doing this
bye.
together.
And
That's
I
my
am
You
girl.
want to have
lowering
an
them.
upper conversation.
Okay, sorry.
We're
And I'm-
leaving.
Worm has. Where did
The
Worm
lantern.
go? Have you
What?
not been on this map the whole time? Oh, there you are. I found you.
She's invisible.
I am invisible.
Very tricky that way. Grenlead, also invisible still, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we should send Grenick down next
So I'm gonna
because he can deal with undead.
I'm gonna put the light. Okay.
After those two get to the bottom, untie, and I'll haul him up and I'll lower him. I'm going down last, and I'm going to tie the rope off, and I'm going to climb down the rope so
Yep.
then
And then the
Rook
ranger
can
can
see
climb
it.
down.
Okay. I am bringing us all down here, and please tell me if you can see or not see.
I can see.
Is it a small little
Yes.
7x5 room, 4 room? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Steve, leave a helmet of
So
honey up
currently
top
the
so Rook
only
knows it was you.
currently the only light source is Worm is holding a torch, correct? Or Worm is holding the lantern?
Lantern.
Okay.
And Steve had a torch, but then he was lowering everybody down. So I guess you could have tossed it down and then climb down at the end, right?
Steve, are you going to be carrying a torch as well?
Sure. Nobody can light my stuff on. Give me a light source, so sure.
Oh, we could give.
But you will not
We can
have.
give the torch to Grinnick, right?
Yes, you can. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Why don't we
No,
do that?
we-
'Cause he likes to
because-
stay out of combat.
Yeah, but we might need both of his hands available to deal with undead. Don't
Well,
know what
he
kind
only
of.
needs one hand available for that, but yes.
Well, that's perfect. Then yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give Grinnick 40 feet of light, as well as Worm 40 feet of light. So, as I described to Grenlead, faded tapestries depicting men and dwarves at war line the walls. You can only assume these are depictions of the Dwarfgate War.
Behind the tapestries. I want to do anything but go in where the nasty chill guy is.
You feel... Everybody feels sort of an unnatural chill down here.
I think we need to send my eating buddy first.
Second.
Okay. So we're moving.
Well,
Grinnick.
he's got talent to deal with undead.
We're moving Grinnick into the room. So
Yeah.
there is a door to the north and a door to the south.
Even fucking Kika and all of her problems.
There was a chamber that dead ended to the north. Is that correct?
That was back up the tunnel. Yes, it dead ended. It didn't go anywhere. And I will tell you from the DM, there's nothing of value there, just to keep things moving. That is a dead end.
Okay, let's go check out the dead end for 45 minutes.
Yeah, there's
Then we'll call it a
definitely
night.
like a
Yeah,
secret
we're gonna go down there
There-
for sure.
He
We're
said
gonna
there's
stop
nothing there.
there,
I don't
turning-
believe him.
Every rock.
Knocking on the walls, poking at the ceiling,
Absolutely you do.
Yeah.
and we'll be back next
Guys.
week.
Rook, I'm sorry to have you sitting there bored. You will catch up eventually.
Are you bored, Rick?
I'm not bored at all. I'm enjoying this. This
Okay.
is
Oh,
fabulous.
that's awesome.
So Grinnick
That makes one of you.
Grinnick looks back at Benedict and sort of motions north or south. Like,
I'll give him a thumbs up.
Yep.
That tracks.
Oh, south.
We know as much as you
South?
do, buddy.
I hear an invisible voice say
and
south. So let's
Grenlead,
check the
you
south
said you were
door.
checking behind the curtains as well, right? The tapestries. Yeah, you behind them just bare stone wall. Some of the tapestries, though, even at the littlest bit of movement, like you can tell their threading begins to tear and pull away. They're not in good shape.
I'll give the south door a look and a listen and a feel. Or is it open?
Absolutely.
Never
No.
mind, it's already open.
Oh, I assumed you were opening it. I'm sorry.
Is there a
Get ahead of
ballista
us.
behind it?
Is there a ballista? Yeah, no ballista, please. I
Ancient
lay on the floor just in case.
Ancient dust fills this corridor. Stains streak the metal finish on each of the doors.
What kind of stains?
Like old tarnish. You realize that the doors are made of oak, but they have ornate hinges that sort of twist and weave out, and that appears to be their hinges appear to be made of silver, as are the decorations on the door.
So not blood stains.
No, and there are a number of other doors off of this chamber as well.
So if I wasn't a knight, I would probably start taking the hinges apart. But I'll
Pretend
wander
you're
away.
a knight? Yeah.
I guess I need light to come with me.
I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you.
You're right behind Grinnick.
Query.
Oh, I'm ish behind you.
Grinnick moves up and looks in as well. Okay, query, Steve. Go ahead.
I don't want to be that guy, but where the fuck are we going? Are we just gonna wander around? Do we have a plan? Do any of you big brain people have anything for us to go to? Magic lady, where are we going? What are we doing?
Are you talking to me?
You see
We're trying to
another
find the
magic
thing.
lady?
Not that you can see Magic Lady because she's invisible.
I assume she's still here.
I'm putting
There's a
ninja-
floating
Well,
lantern.
It's like a floating lantern.
I'm putting the ninja masks
Yeah.
on everyone. Tika pats you on the shoulder and says, "I don't know. Look for dwarf things."
I got two dwarf things with me. Ha!
Is there any kind of like tracks or anything in the dust down here
No.
that we can see? Nothing at all. Okay.
Maybe some rats.
Okay. Well, I'm not
How
gonna
many-
track
Okay.
rats.
How many doors
Hey,
did you
what are
say
you
were
doing
in here?
1, 2. There's 3 down each side, Benedict.
Okay. Okay. I think I can maybe kind of sort of see them.
Benedict, you take that side. I'll take this side. I'm going to go down one side, and I'm going to open the door and yell, "Hello!" And then I'm going to go to the next door and crank it open and yell, "Hello!"
Okay, let's move Steve up in here. And
I've
where,
got the
about we
light,
just-
so
where Steve goes,
too
Tika
late.
goes.
It's happening.
Is it getting colder?
No,
That weird chill isn't
the
getting
weird
worse,
chill is still here.
but not worse.
No, not worse.
Okay.
So I'm going to open
So-
all these doors because they're all pretty
You're
much
gonna
the
open-
same. Broken furniture is strewn about inside each of them. This looks like there were once maybe living chambers. Not like barracks, like one person would have stayed in these. Also, a number of the rooms look like they may have once been bigger, but the walls have given way to collapse.
Okay,
Well,
I can
those-
see better now that Grennick's come up.
In the
Those 3 are done on my side.
in the collapsed areas, it's all that blue-black sort of glass-like rock.
Does it look like obsidian or like something melted?
It
Does
looks
it
like
look like Dragonfire would have done that?
no dragon that you know of. Well, maybe Ember. But this was once a mountain, and the entire mountain is like that now.
Like that, okay. And I'm sorry, I don't remember from from last session. What
That's
is
okay.
it that we are here for? We're here to investigate.
Somewhere in the depths of Skullcap are the
The
gates
doors for
to
Thorbarton.
Thorbarton. Now, whether that means the actual gates are down here or there's something to lead you to the gates, like, you don't know. But the way the stone in the dwarven steam city told you that you could find a way to Thorbarton
Okay. The answer's down here somewhere.
beneath
Yeah,
Is there
whether
a
it's a
door
portal
here?
or a map or something.
beneath Skullcap.
Is there a door here?
No, there is not a door there.
So I guess we go north.
There's no doors at the end of any of these rooms that we can see.
No, everything looks empty.
And everything's broken. There's nothing.
Hmm.
No, I'm not going to waste time searching anything. We got
as the
people
party
to save.
as the party moves back this way, a couple of you, maybe as the torchlight moves and that, the shadows here seem to move.
Awesome. Are these doors or are these tapestries?
Tapestries. There's doors right here though.
What shadows are
Excellent.
moving?
Seem to move
Or just shadows in
out.
general?
Just shadows in general. Like as the torchlight moves along, shadows sort of almost run away from the light. And I say run away not because they have hands or feet or anything like that. They just seem to dart quick, like just the way the light hits it. It's not like regular light. It's like the blackness sort of crawls back away from the light.
Get skitters off.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know where we are based on the books, but I'm going to open this door.
Okie dokie.
And I'm going to do it subtly with a loud yank and yell "hello" into it. Because it's worked well so far.
Okay, so as you do that, Steve, your voice really echoes like you've just opened the door into a very large room.
Excellent. I go here.
Okay.
I
So
follow.
there's a set of double doors across the way here. And down
Nobody's
this
putting the brakes on me yet.
down this way, I don't know if Steve can see it. No, he can't. But Grinnick tells you there's a large staircase down this way. Down this way.
What's by Benedict there?
That is an alcove that may have once held a statue, but there's nothing there.
Well, there's a Benedict.
There's
So
a
there's
Benedict.
doors to the north and stairs to the east?
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead, Kira.
I just have a question.
Mhm.
Over the 5 years that Steve was trailing Kira around,
Yes.
would she have had the chance to teach him Elvish?
I will say that Steve knows a spattering of Elvish.
She goes up to him and yanks him by the ear.
And
says, I taught you better than that. In
I'm
Elvish.
sorry. I'm sorry. Let go of my ear.
I taught you better.
That's true, but nobody else had a plan either. Ow, my ear. Please stop pulling my ear.
till it's
Steve,
dead.
our plan is to explore and find a way to Thorbarden, not
Right. I'm
batter
exploring.
down doors and yell down hallways. That's not exploring.
Okay, you know what? You're right. But so far, I am 7 doors up and you are none. Let's go. I've explored
Chica,
7 doors.
As you guys bicker back and forth, you can hear it like it's echoing in this vast, dark chamber.
Everybody just keep your voices down.
This is my
Eyes
inside
open.
voice.
Sorry, Kira, are you opening something?
Worm, do you have
No,
a
I
sleep
said everybody keep your eyes open.
Oh, eyes
and
open.
your voice is low.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to have a cautious listen to the door in the north.
You don't hear anything.
I'm gonna pout.
I will wink at Steve and open the door.
Okay.
I yell hello from where I'm sitting a few
I close
few
the
feet
door
behind
and we're
him.
walking away. I quietly
So
close the door and
that-
retreat.
A gray hemisphere shimmers in the center of the room, and armor stands gleaming against the walls on dummies.
Oh,
You're talking about other people besides me, right?
You're the one
I'm
who
a
opened
dummy
the
in
door.
gleaming armor as well. No, but
Uh,
I'm a dummy in gleaming armor. I'm making sure you're not talking about me.
No, I'm not talking about you.
yeah, then he closed the door
Inside
immediately.
the gray shimmering hemisphere, a gleaming metallic looking dragon is frozen in mid-flight, its mouth gaping open, and below it a goblin stands frozen in time, arms like up, and looking like he's about to turn and flee.
Now,
You said a
without
metallic
metagaming,
dragon?
Yes,
With-
so you have seen a black dragon, you have seen a red dragon, and this dragon's scales shine a orangey brass color.
Does the Legend of Huma talk about metallic
that's
dragons?
what I was going to ask. With my
Sorry.
background, what I know about
Yes, you know that
different
Huma-
colored dragons.
You know that Huma wrote a good dragon. You don't know about its
Yes.
color or anything, but
There would have been no mention of metallic dragons or... Okay.
Mhm.
Well, it's frozen, and the goblin appears to be afraid. I'm going to assume that's a good sign. Because there are good dragons. And I'm going to...
There are good ones too.
I'm going to go take a look.
okay, go ahead and move yourself into
So,
the room
like,
wherever you'd like.
is
to.
it like frozen in ice, or...
No, it's some shimmering gray energy surrounds it and the goblin, the
I have
hobgoblin.
my bow out with an arrow ready just in case something
Yeah.
pops
I'm actually-
out at him.
Also,
Sorry, I'm
the
going to take a look at the armor
hobgoblin,
first.
the hobgoblin is not wearing like colors or armor like any of the hobgoblins you've fought before.
Anything particular about the armor before I go up to the sphere?
And die.
So not all of the armored bodies have armor on them, but you find there's 3 suits of plate mail in here. There's 3 shields, a couple javelins, and a couple of cloaks.
Anything special looking about the armor? Or cloaks? Or Anything?
Shields.
or shields?
Does Benedict have any way of knowing that other than I can tell you they all look really nice.
Well,
And they're in
and,
surprisingly good shape, aren't they? From this time.
and full plate
Or
is
they-
better than what we're wearing.
Yeah, the plate mail looks damn nice. All of it is human sized, I should add.
Well, I have to be a human.
Hmm.
Do we have
Okay,
time for me to
surprise.
change out my armor?
Well, Steve's naked.
Okay.
You never put your armor back on?
No, I'm now naked because there's more than one set of plate mail there, and I'm putting some on.
Okay.
Fair
So I
enough.
don't know about you, but
So-
I put my helmet down and the torch in it and
Not-
started taking my armor off.
Not maybe the most dignified place to end tonight. but we see our fighters tearing down, stripping down their armor, and essentially looting the room while this dragon and hobgoblin look on. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tonight. Again, we do have a sponsor, Canadian Dice, CanadianDice.ca, and you can use the code OMRD for Old Men Rolling Dice, OMRD, at CanadianDice.ca to get a 10% discount. There's still lots of time. Well, maybe not lots, but there's still time if you want an order for Christmas for it to get there.
December 8th.
Is that his cutoff? I thought it was 6th.
10th. The 10th.
Oh, jeez.
We're all
Somewhere in
wrong.
there. Somewhere in there.
10th, so you don't have to pay for expedited shipping. After
Yes.
that, it's expedited shipping to get it by Christmas Day.
Yes. Yes.
And look how pretty these dice are.
Just to plug our set, there is a set of Old Men Rolling Dice that you can get. They're a metal.
They're dangerous.
They're a metal set, and I've been told they roll pretty good. Look at that.
They're awesome.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'm sure they'll dent a table real well too.
Yes,
They are table wreckers.
Yes. Yes. You have to.
Yeah, we highly recommend you get a dice tray from Canadian Dice as well.
I think
I have kids. My table's already wrecked.
We will be back for one more game, I believe, before we head off to the Vokter for their Christmas episodes. I'm just checking the calendar here. Yeah, the holiday episodes don't start until December, right? So we have one more session, but keep that sort of in your peripheral so that you can come out and check that out. They are raising money again. And is Miss Walker's on Monday, tomorrow night?
Yes, it is. 2 more episodes before we're done for the year.
2 more. Awesome. Yep. Well, I had a good night. I hope you guys did. Let's find someone to raid.
We're not dead. It's always a good night when we don't die.
The trauma was real, though.
The trauma was fucking annoying. Yeah, that was pretty excess. That was awesome.
Yeah, I aim to please. That's what I do. Who can we raid here? Thanks, Chris. I appreciate all the bits.
Let's see. We got the Nat 20 Show, Duckburg, Master of Round.
Was it Pyro Club that raided? I feel like I know the Pyro Club. I think I might owe the Pyro Club a raid.
I don't.
As long as you don't owe them money.
I owe them. Who did you say was on?
I listed like 5 of them.
I know, but okay. I'm just gonna go to the Pyro Club then.
Okay.
There's a reason I have them on my list, and I can't remember what it is. But let's do that. So we're gonna raid the Pyro Club, assuming I put this in right. I did not. I just already realized I have not put it in right. Jeremy, expert raider, expert streamer. You know how it is.
For sure.
Okay. Anybody have anything else to say? Viking, when are you streaming next, my man?
Every Friday, 10 p.m.
Friday.
PST.
And I made it this week.
I build stuff like this for fun. I build scale model miniature terrain out of garbage, I talk about nothing a lot.
It's very chill. Stick around for the raid, and you'll get a couple bonus points. Here we go. I have started.
It's not at all Steve-like. It's very chill. Steve would not want.